delving into, David and I were in the Hamptons, and we were getting numerous DMs about this Dina Manzo, Dina Cantine and David not following Louis Ruelas, and that there's some kind of a beef between Teresa and Dina. So we were being bombarded with this. So I went to someone who's very close to the situation, and I asked her if she can get information from me. So we're on the move with the information, but she knew for a fact that Dave and Dina thought Louis was shady. That is a fact, came right from their mouths. So now I don't know. What I'm thinking was this all happened after the Mexico trip, the 50th birthday. All of a sudden, people were sending us that Dave stopped following Louis, that there was a rift. So I will get more information, but this is what I got firsthand from someone who is close with them, that they always thought that he was shady. But I think something else happened on this trip. Again, that there's something happening is my opinion. The other thing is what I heard directly. Okay, so there's going to be more that comes out in this. Now, if it comes out,
they all follow each other still, right? We figured out.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to look at that. Did you see if they all still follow each other?
I thought that they all still followed each other, that other thing was them unfollowing Teresa, the twin, and Louis Jr., the kid.
Yes.
And no one unfollowed anyone. They just never followed them. That was my understanding.
Okay. Maybe it could be.
What people keep sending me is that they're not commenting anymore. There's no social media log that
right.
So I don't know. I mean, right, to your point, listen, if Dina and David said anything even remotely cautionary about him to Teresa, I'm sure this will be the end.
Yeah. So if this does happen, once again, to the tree huggers, I am correct in telling you her friendships do not last. Okay. That's if this happens. Let's see. Could be rumors. I don't know.
And all these blogs are saying, what has everyone been up to? What's the hot gossip? Teresa and Dina are on the outs. Well, we don't know that, people. We're not going to say, yes, these are from blogs that are stabbing in the dark. I'm not confirming that because I don't know that. And my sources have not confirmed that either. So we've looked into it. Look, there's no social media love between the two lately, but does that mean anything? I don't think so. Do you?
No, but I have someone close that's going to give me some scoop.
And to your point, your sources also told you that they've never loved Louis per se.
It's not they never, that recently they said they felt Louis was shady. Now, this was a recent comment.
Well, if they say that to Teresa, or Teresa hears that with her own little virgin ears, that will be the end. Did everyone watch last season of Real Housewives of New Jersey? See what happened with Margaret? But we have 3 weeks to go here. So I feel like all this speculation, guys, we're going to find out because there's going to be a wedding. And Dina and Dave are going to probably be there, I assume, if Margaret Joseph is there.
Well, if there's a beef, they will not be there.
This is getting crazy. Teresa is going to alienate everybody.
Everyone.
I mean, I hope he's smart enough to know he better not try to alienate those girls, because she's not going to choose him over her daughters. I mean, he might be that whacked, right? That he thinks that.
Well, first of all, also, people have been sending me this crazy videos that he's doing. We touched on this a little. I mean, getting his truth from the ocean, spending time with your family, like acting like he's the only one, all these and he talks like in word salads, like they just keep going around in circles. He uses like a specific word that's going to be his motivation for the day, but nothing that he says makes sense. It all keeps going around in circles. And he does these videos on his own. Like, where is your background that you can give this kind of advice? Where is your, what have you done in your life that you can give this kind of advice? Sit on a beach with a couple of crazy guys, so he's just, listen, I personally think there's a little psycho going on here. That's my opinion.
Well, listen, Margaret and Jackie, and I'm going to reveal this because it's not like they said this to me. If you deep dive, I think Margaret said it when Jackie was on her own podcast, on Margaret's podcast. They said, listen, Jackie, who's a lawyer, us lawyers, we have good points because we think if you're really that concerned, Teresa, first of all, about your man in the spotlight, you would quit the show. And that's never going to happen. And Margaret's like, well, he doesn't want her to quit. He likes this more than she does. He has been waiting. These videos are his. He loves this. He loves this.
And I said
spotlight.
this.
He loves it.
I said this. And look at what we just saw about the sister. Now, you remember the stupidity that Luis didn't know Teresa. He didn't know she was going to be there. Meanwhile, then he admitted that he watched every episode. Okay. And he knew what she needed. And now we just see that the sister was hanging out with who this guy is. I don't know. Say who the guy was.
Well, we also found out, right. He finally admitted he watched every episode. We found out had a connection with Alexia Echeverria, that he knew Alexia from Miami. Now we find out that his sister, Veronica, was hanging out with Adriana de Mora's ex-husband. Now, Adriana was on Real Housewives of Miami. She's still on Real Housewives of Miami. She was married to this guy. They are divorced now, but the guy was on the show. The guy was on Real Housewives of Miami seasons 1, 2, and 3 back in 2010. So Adriana de Mora's ex-husband, who was on the TV, was now hanging out with his sister, and he also knows Alexia Echeverria. So they're like Bravo stalkers.
Yes, they are. And they're getting exactly what they want, and Teresa's giving it to them. So, okay.
I mean, listen, if you got to go for a fish, if you got to put up the single women, Sonia Morgan, Countess Luann, Ramona Singer, I'm sorry, Teresa Giudice is towards the very top of that list.
I agree.
Luann is up there too, but if you want to reel in the big fish that is single in the Bravo world, you're not going for Kelly Ben-Simone.
And the dumbest that's going to fall for this now, and the most vulnerable. Now,
this man is good.
He's good, but Luann had her Tom. Look what he did. Married her for a month or whatever. She was cheating. Bethany tried to tell her. And listen, we all love Luann. I have love for Luann. I felt bad. I saw it coming a mile away. I was with Luann, socially at the plaza when she was with Tom. She wasn't hanging with me. It's just that we ran into each other, and she was telling us all we were with the girls. It was my posh Christmas party at the plaza. She was sitting with Tom. They had start seeing each other. She came over. She was telling a joke. We were having some fun. He tried to pull her away. She goes, I'm not finished telling my joke. And I'm like, you know what? This guy's a jerk. I knew right from the beginning. So I called that. Bethany called that. They all tried to warn her, and she went along with it, and he was nowhere near what this guy is. So, they all go through it.
They all go through it. These women make some bad choices. The difference with Tom is, because I have my own Tom story. Everyone loves the behind the scenes stories. Tom doesn't, and I do believe this. He didn't yes, he's a scumbag and he cheats and he wants to fuck everything in the world, but he's not a housewife stalker. Now I have my own story. I have my own story because I ran into Mr. Tom one night, of course, at the Regency. And I was with my good friend